Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of SCP-049, the Plague Doctor. It's always good to go back to the originals. So I see all your guys' comments about, what is it about doing the 096 cross? Wait, let me check it out. Here, why not give you a good look at here, everybody. Hey, everybody. Alright, yeah, here it is. React to... Oh, the church. Oh, that's one. Okay. 096 and 049 was introduced to each other for cross testing. Yeah. So we're going to get to all these. Shout out to all of you. Let's just hop right into this part 2. Subscribe for more. You already know. Uploading every single day. And also, let me know. This is a odd question out of nowhere. I think I've asked it before. But let me know which thumbnails you guys prefer. The one with the border? Or the half one. Just want to see what you guys say. Let's hop into part 2.
Operational log 049 Oscar Lima 7 full. Subject SCP-049 preface. SCP-049 was provided the corpse of a recently deceased bovine. SCP-049 expressed mild annoyance at the provision, though accepted it nonetheless.
Another animal.
Observational notes. SCP-049 spent several days operating on the bovine corpse, breaking only to dine on a requested dinner of thin crackers, salted pork, and hard cheese.
Oh no, that sounds like what I've been eating lately. For some reason, I've been eating thin crackers and packs. Oh man, not the salted pork and hard cheese, but thin crackers. Yeah.
First, by embalming.
I was making a joke saying I was SCP-049.
Corpse. SCP-049 was observed producing a number of long syringes from its bag, each containing a different dark viscous fluid. SCP-049 described these fluids as essences of the humours, and elaborated by saying the pestilence may bring about a systemic imbalance. In such a case, before true healing can begin, one must find the humours in balance, or the body will reject the cure.
The humours.
Over the next few days, SCP-049 spent a considerable amount of time adjusting the organs of the bovine corpse with a number of large metal instruments. After 8 days, SCP-049 produced a lightning rod, which Dr. Ham exchanged for an electric cattle prod attached to an extension cord, and struck the corpse in several locations. This action seemingly had the effect of reanimating the bovine, which once again became ambulatory, despite the inversion of the head and reorientation of its limbs. Follow-up interview.
These drawings he makes to follow it are insane. They're insanely good. Like, it gives so much context to what the
We've watched you work for several weeks now, and honestly, I'm not sure I understand what you're doing. Could you describe your process in detail?
Oh, goodness no. The process is most intensive. As I said to your assistant, the best instruction you will find about my methods are here in my journals, as I have kept exhaustive records of my work there.
So that's actually what I was going to say. I was going to say, why have they not tried to confiscate his book? They're already going to take his stick. I seen you guys down in the comments. We need justice for his stick, his walking stick. I think that's what I want to see spammed. So put a normal comment that you want to put, and then put justice for SCP's walking stick, or SCP-049's walking stick. But yeah, why wouldn't they just ask him what's in the journal? Because he literally notes and writes down what he has for like 7 days of observations, and then is it 7? Well, it's 7 days after. Yeah, regardless, there's a lot in there. So I wonder if he gets hostile if they try to request reading it.
I see. Well, my concern, Doctor, is that we still don't understand what you're seeking to cure, or how it manifests, or how turning these creatures into quasi-living, mindless drones helps in that effort.
You do not understand the pestilence, even after all this time. Doctor, it is an unspeakable horror, one that has shown its true
I'm
face
pretty sure it's death.
many times before, and will again. I find myself blessed with the wisdom and good senses needed to root it out and destroy it. But many, like yourself, cannot. It is a cruel judgment, I fear, to be at the mercy of a disease you cannot fully comprehend.
That still doesn't answer my question. How's your cure any kind of cure at all?
It is a cure.
He's growing
You may
agitated.
laugh at my efforts if you please, but do not besmirch the good name of scientific progress that has developed this great mercy. What you short-sightedly see here is a life better than any this creature could have hoped for. Stricken as it was with the pestilence, this creature is now clean, unable to spread the pestilence, and free from the terror it would have experienced otherwise.
It almost sounds like he's talking about death but then he said spread the pestilence. So it's almost like it's literally something, but it sounds like he's talking about death. I can't really tell. It's looking a lot like death. Have they tried to give SCP-049 a dead body already? Like, not something. Well, they're giving him carcasses. I don't know. It's strange. It's very strange.
This is hardly a creature at all, Doctor. It's not even...
Do not jape with me, sir.
Oh, damn.
You and your colleagues are like so many others, unable to look past minor setbacks to see the salvation taking place before your very eyes. Do you wait to remove rotten timbers until the whole collapses on top of you? No. You find them and you pull them out and replace them with those untouched by rot. And most of all, you do not simply mock the structure because it now looks different to you. It is strong. It is free of disease.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to agitate you. I'm just trying to understand.
Yes. Well, do mind your words in the future, Doctor. I am a professional, but even professionals may feel the bite of pride in dealing with criticism of their masterpiece. I will forgive this as an act of good faith between colleagues.
Is there anything else?
That's actually crazy. It's almost like SCP-049 is hiding something. It's like that he can do to them, but like, oh my gosh. Yeah, there's something so uncanny about 049. It's like, I kind of take back what I said in the last video, like being on a loop. It's almost like he literally believes he's going forward with something. I don't know.
Else I can help you with?
No, that will be all. Another test subject on the usual schedule. You know my preference of subjects with more human anatomies.
Attending researchers' notes. SCP-049 does seem to genuinely want to help other humans, though it has not yet been able to provide a concrete example of what exactly it is trying to save us all from.
It's gotta be death.
I have watched it now over several weeks, and while the outcomes do not seem to ever change, SCP-049 continues to claim that it is growing closer to its perfect cure. I think the entity may be more aware of the reality of these outcomes than it would like us to think.
That's what I was saying. It almost seems like there's more he's not putting. I don't know.
049-3.
Wow.
16th of April, 2017 incident. Starting shortly after SCP-049's initial containment, Dr. Ham conducted a number of interviews with the subject regarding its anomalous properties, and over time began to note its displeasure with its subjects and the SCP-049-2 instances. This continued for a period of several months, during which SCP-049 never exhibited any aggressive behaviours. On April the 16th, 2017, as Dr. Ham was entering SCP-049's test chamber to conduct another routine interview, the entity began to grow
all you do is just redact all this and say, it did not end well.
Anxious, and asked Dr. Ham if he was feeling well. Following protocol, Dr. Ham reminded SCP-049 that the interview was required, and after which the entity became hostile and attacked Dr. Ham, killing him. Due to a lapse in security protocol and because Dr. Ham did not activate the in-chamber emergency system, Dr. Ham's corpse was not discovered until 3 hours later, by which point SCP-049 had converted it into an instance of SCP-049-2. Wow. In the aftermath of this incident, SCP-049 was interviewed by Dr. Sherman.
You have been saved of the pestilence, sir.
Interviewer Dr. Sherman, Site 42. Interviewee SCP-049.
I need you to explain yourself.
He's about to get turned too.
SCP-049, you are being directed to explain your actions, and I will remind you that failure to cooperate will result in further restrictions during your containment.
My actions do not need to be explained.
Oh, he's a
You
G.
killed Raymond Ham, and then butchered him until he...
Not dead. No, not dead.
Not dead. He's cured.
He is cured.
Cured? Cured of what?
Pestilence, sir. I had thought you, at least, would realize what luck it is. I detected it before.
What pestilence? You keep going on and on about...
Is it like cancer? He asked him if he was sick, and maybe that's his anomalous properties. If he detects you're sick, he's gonna kill you, which is kind of, a bit wild, but I think I get it, because he probably can pick up if you're ill or dying, because Raymond, from the drawings, I didn't catch if they said how old Raymond was. He was like a older man and kind of looks like in his maybe late 40s. So maybe he came in and he was like, "Are you all right?" And like he knows already. That was like when he said when they said the little excerpt where it was like he 049 genuinely wants to help people, and then was like the anomalous properties was like maybe he's letting on that he knows a little bit more than he's actually saying. And it's probably that he has some sort of sense for if you're sick, and if he thinks you're gonna die, he'll just do it. He'll just rush the process to quote unquote what he thinks is saving you.
About this pestilence, but you have not once been able to properly identify this disease. What could you have possibly seen in him today that you had not seen so many times before? That it would be worth his life?
He's not dead.
The pestilence presents and progresses in unforeseeable fashions, and has a queer way of creeping into the unprepared. And call it what you want, Doctor. It was a mercy I did to him. He is cured.
He is a vegetable.
I would not expect
He
you
actually
to
seems.
understand. You and your
He actually seems taken back too.
Your
Like
ilk
it bothers
have proven time and time again not to be men of science, but men of
emotion.
emotion. You cannot appreciate the horrors I have seen. Those many millions who have succumbed to the pestilence and been changed.
Your cure cost Ray his life.
No, good sir, I have saved it. You would allow this world to slip back into the despair of disease and death, ignoring that I have created a miracle. And
what disease? What pestilence? He was a healthy man. He was a good doctor.
I'm offering it freely to the afflicted. You are not worth this argument, sir. You are short-sighted and foolish. Dr. Ham was sick, and I cured him. I am the only one who can do this. My work must continue. There is still so much to learn, so much.
I've had enough of this. Consider your allowances revoked.
Even you.
Welcome to containment, 049.
Might be saved.
049.
I can save them all. I can cast down this plague once and for all. I can do this. Only me. I saved him. Dr. Ham. I cured him. He was sick. I know he was sick. I know he was. And you are all sick, but I can save you. I can save all of you because I am the cure.
Addendum 0494, post-incident report interview.
Yeah, he can sense when you're near death, I think. That's what I'm going with.
The following interview is an excerpt from the 16th of April 2017 049 incident report. The interview.
This gives me such more perspective because when you see him in the game, when I first played the SCP game and he gets released from his containment, he just slowly walks towards you with his arm out. Or like that one part where he comes to the room with the cameras that I think you're in. I can't really remember, it's been years, but he kills the player. Based on this, it seems like he doesn't. I actually don't know. Actually, never mind.
He was conducted by Dr. Elijah.
They did find him around, like that family. There's no. If the whole family contracted something. Yeah, I don't know.
Itkin, and took place 3 weeks after the start of the initial investigation.
But what he said about the emotions was the fact. I kind of was like, whoa, that was deep.
Dr. Elijah Itkin, interviewee SCP-049.
SCP-049, we are conducting this interview to close out our investigation of your actions taken on April 16th that resulted in the death of a staff member. Do you have any comments to make? Only that I look forward to the day when you will allow me to resume my work. I have spent the last few weeks compiling my notes and constructing a new theory for how the pestilence was able to infect someone in such an insidious manner that I nearly couldn't detect it. Have you experienced any remorse for your actions? For the death of Dr. Ham? Ah, yes. Well, the death of a colleague is always regrettable. But in the face of the pestilence, we must be swift, Doctor, and act without hesitation. Dr. Sherman noted in his report that you seemed to be mournful during your initial interview. Mourn? Perhaps. I had not thought that. It is lamentable that a fellow doctor became infected, but the work continues. Regrettable as it was, Dr. Ham's death provided important insight. Living human subjects are the only way to proceed forward, I am decided. My cure is of little use on dead flesh, and I have gleaned all I can from your generous supply of corpses.
Okay, so that's where it gets confusing. His cure is of little use on dead flesh, but he can still bring the dead flesh back to life. So he needs freshly killed people? Like he has to go and kill them? Okay, and then he said the doctor became infected, but he said you're all suffering from it. The SCP.
My desires turn towards tending to those still living who suffer from the disease. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Oh, Doctor, I wouldn't be so sure.
And so concludes SCP-049, the Plague Doctor. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did. Massive well done to the authors who rewrote the file. It looks amazing. Next time we're going to be going back to SCP-682. Now, I have not done an SCP-682 video since May. It's been a while. But a nice, juicy, bloody 682 video is just the ticket for the holiday season. That will be here ready for you on Christmas Day. Now, be sure to follow all the social media outlets for video updates. Check out the SCP Illustrated shop for prints and posters. All the links are below. And if you can't wait days and weeks for new content, then consider supporting the channel for early video access, exclusive sketches, see the sketches early, get Discord access, badges beside your comments, your name in all the videos, SCP requests, and so much more. And thank you to Dr. Uyghur, Alexander, Sanchez, Hithel, Exalted Galaxy, Dragon, Andy98, Jet E-Boy, Generals Alert, JT Walker, SCP-10.
He's reading that, okay.
6.
That is, I think SCP-049 is one of the coolest SCPs now. I always thought he was cool just seeing like the character, because I mean, who doesn't like the Plague Doctor and the mask? I think I can't remember, was it older or recent? There was a Halloween where I was a Plague Doctor, so I definitely mess with the whole Plague Doctor look. That's why I've always liked 049. But man, watching this gave so much more into the character. Like at times it seems like he's genuinely trying to help, and then but definitely what they thought where he's hiding, knowing like a bit more. I feel like, but it does seem like he's genuinely trying to help. Imagine seeing an animation of him killing the person. I want to see that. I want to see like the initial, what it looks like. Does he like, nobody witnessed this like killing. I don't know if anyone's witnessed like the killing, but does he like have immense strength? Then like, were there any tests on how strong he is? Like I gotta know, like I want to watch that video with him in 096, because 096 is Shy Guy, right? Let's see, 096. Yeah, it's Shy Guy. So that'll be interesting. Does he look at Shy Guy? Like, can he be terminated? Like, can he look at Shy Guy and, like, they find out a lot more about him? Like, Shy Guy tries to rip him apart and it's like, there's actually nothing under the cloak. He said they did say they examined his body, though, and it's as if the clothes grew from the inside out, right? On his body, on 049. Man, what a dope SCP. That's wild. I don't know what the pestilence is. When it got to the end, that was confusing. The wording, he became infected, which almost made it seem like it was a cancer that he was trying to save them of. But then that sometimes not. Bit weird. I don't know. Alright, well, much love and moonlight. I can't wait to get on to the other SCP recommendations y'all have for me. So, see you then. Peace.